Peace and blessings, beloved. Just pray that you are having. I pray that your intention for the day is to flow in the way that feels good for you. I'm just arriving to the salon. Client forgot their hair. That happened. So it gives me a chance to kind of reset. So I have been on a journey of personal commitment for life mastery. I did create a vlog to start sharing about my journey of life mastery. I'm gonna schedule the episodes to release, but I'm sharing my experience navigating the last 5-6 months, a life shift, that's occurred, and divine synchronicities that showed up that has helped me to get back on track. Yeah, with intentional expectation and digging deep to understand more about deeper beliefs. Deeper beliefs within myself that might be on autopilot, and I'm reharnessing based on what I'm learning of myself, because a journey of living an awakened life doesn't end, and doing the work does help you to align with your highest possibility of what you're here to do and to be. So I'm going to release the first episode. I'm trying to confirm the title, but it is Life Mastery, My Journey. And I'm actually taking, studying some classes from a platform called MindValley. And it's the #1 largest personal transformation platform. And many of the teachers that are on there, or the subject matter, is more, in the category of law of attraction, manifesting, setting intention, understanding your subconscious behavior, doing work to reprogram and retrain the way that you're operating, what is showing up on the outside of your life, right? So here's my stories. I think I'm gonna edit this and let this be the intro, but you come to a point, you begin to recognize if you have certain things that show up. You might have been going along, everything is really good for a lot of your life in different situations, and we all have things that pop up. But then, if you're in a journey of doing what's necessary to stay in that awakened state, right? Then you'll tend to want to go deeper and dive deeper to navigate through a life challenge. So I want to just say good morning, peace and blessings, grand rising, mahalo, all of that. And so this piece is an excerpt. I'm going to just tag my first episode onto this. My journey of life mastery, and sharing with you some of the study and practice that I'm doing with that. Peace and blessings. Began this vlog for accountability for myself. Playlist, I guess it's my journey of life mastery, or mastering life, which has been a journey for the last almost 20 years. I've moved into a higher commitment for myself in my meditation and study in the area of mastering manifesting as it applies to every area of my life. Quick story. Gosh, I attended virtually a manifestation summit, and I was led to attend this virtual summit. It was on March 2nd and 3rd, and how I found out about it, or how it showed up, was the week before I was traveling on vacation, going on a cruise, and I was dropped off at Charlotte Airport by a good friend. The cruise had been paid for and arranged a year before, early in 2023. But in August of 2023, up until I went to the conference, or went to the cruise, I have been experiencing a major life shift. So I've been in business, was one of my creative expressions, but a primary business as a hairstylist, natural hairstylist. That career manifested from the previous career was massage therapy for many years, from 2004 until 2014, when I said, but during those years is when I experienced my full spiritual awakening. I transitioned out of corporate America after 24 years and felt a calling to move into the holistic arena. So in August of 2023, typically it gets slow. You know, my ladies are finishing up their vacations with their family mid-August to beginning of September, and then it slows down. But what happened to me was that it never picked back up. In 10 years, I didn't have this long of a lag. And I'm telling you guys, it really caused it's like if I felt traumatized, you know, because every week I'm getting cancellations, people still experiencing, you know, feeling sick from just whatever's out here. I ain't even put no labels and stuff, but I kept getting from to have servicing 18 to 20 clients per week down to 2 or 3, and it was crazy. And I only worked 4 days a week by choice. I had built up to only work 4 days a week. You know, by the time the cruise came up in February, I had just been coming out of depression. I will say depression. You know, it was like a shock. So just think of your own life. You know, things are going on along. Your income, or, you know, your sources of income are steady. You're feeling good about it. Also, maybe in your life, you have tapped in into the awareness of manifesting through the awareness of your programming of your subconscious mind, rearranging your thoughts, setting intention. You understand how to work, navigate your life from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? From your mindset, from affirming and using your gift, skills, and talents. You know, this life is a journey. There's no perfect destination, you know. Situations come up, you learn to transmute challenges into opportunities. So, all right, so I've been operating in that way. But it was like a sucker punch. You know, I was throwing everything that I knew and understood to do as far as manifesting is concerned when the business, you know, appointments started reducing. I was looking at, it caused anxiety. You know, it activated another part of me that I thought was transmuted. So here it is, getting prepared to go on the cruise, and I'm being dropped off at the airport, and I'm saying to my friend, right in this present moment, I'm going to shift. I want to be present during this journey, being on the cruise, the water. You know, we were traveling right at the new moon for February. I need to be present because I love water. I live near water. I knew this would be an opportunity by getting away from everything. And also, you know, I experience seasonal shift during the wintertime. You know, I tend to withdraw in, and I always have to plan ahead of time for winter to redirect my mind into something creative that helps me. Movement and dance helps me. Writing helps me. Expressing. Like in the mornings, I have so much in my mind that I'm hearing, and I'm communicating with the divine, and I desire to share it. I desire to connect with others who also, you know, operate in that way. We walk in the spirit, even though we're here on this earthly plane of experience, right? Rebooting, reshifting, reharnessing, you know, recognizing the beauty of the divine and the sun and in nature, and that, you know, our little box of our lives, the hamster wheel piece and the concerns and the distraction of the world, you know, ain't nobody got time to be constantly in a stress mode of what's happening in this dimension. We can walk in the spirit above all of that. It doesn't matter to me who's in the White House, okay? I'm going to tell you that. It don't, because they don't got the key to my house. It doesn't matter. I'm not interested in hearing gossip of people tearing each other down. That doesn't add value to my spirit. So anyway, yeah, coming fast forward. Getting ready to go on the cruise. My mind was occupied. So I was with concern about what's happening in my life. Financially, yeah, right. I had this business for 10 years. I had to call and text my clients and email and let them know that I had to adjust it down to just 3 days to be concentrated on specific days. So it made more sense for my commuting into work, saving gas, you know, and opening up the rest of the calendar to be open to do whatever else is necessary to bring in. But I understand the power of what shows out in our outer life has to do with the programming in our subconscious mind and what's going on vibrationally, the law of resonance within us. So, as I get out the car to go to the airport, I say, sis, I'm going to activate my memory, my dream of imagination. I'm going to imagine that I'm getting out of this car. I'm getting ready to embark on another trip. It's one of many trips that I have been on, because I did have the opportunity to travel before 2020. I went on 2 cruises. I was invited by a dear friend to be a facilitator, delivering what I do, guided meditation and sound healing and movement, and then everything shut down in 2020. So I did that in 2017, 2019. So I imagine that when she dropped me off, I'm embarking on that idea again, right? And so within my own thoughts, every time a thought would come up about, oh my God, you know, what's going on at home? When I get back, there's some things that I'm still faced with, you know, right, because of the reduction of the business, the reduction of the income, and expenses still coming in a juggling mode, transparency, major juggling mode. I have been in a juggling financial mode in years. So, get on the plane, meet my travel partner, we get to Miami, get in the hotel. The next day, we had to get on the ship. It wasn't until the afternoon. So, it felt good. I slept well. We had a hotel with a balcony so I could look over the city in Miami. And I'm lying in bed about 5:30. It feels good. Just to take a breather. I open the phone. My eyes are closed. Open the phone and Facebook comes up. And a recording comes on. Now, let me go back. When my friend dropped me off, I said, I'm going to go into imagination mode, because that's what I used to do when I was a little girl. But I remember being chastised. I remember being called to the principal's office, and my mother was called, and they said, Wanda is not paying attention. She is in daydream mode, right? So I told that to her. I got in trouble for daydreaming, right? She dropped me off at the airport, and I said that, and she said, I agree with you. Next day, waking up in the hotel with my travel partner, sister friend, in the bed, open up Facebook, and literally this woman who has a Australian accent said, when I was a little girl, I used to daydream and I used to get in trouble. And I'm like, this is crazy. She said the exact same thing. Let me park that for a moment. Look, for many of you all who are living an awakened life, you're been activated, your spiritual awareness, you're experiencing a spiritual awakening. Maybe it's a new thing for you, or maybe you've gone through that and you fell back asleep because you've been distracted by the world experiences in your own life. You know about manifesting, you know about setting your intentions and what you think about, you bring about, but you got distracted. So I'm here to tell you that, yes, there are times when divine signs and synchronicities, because that's what I live from, I've come full circle to make sure that I'm operating from that space 24/7 instead of just every now and then, and not dismissing things that show up. So that was not a coincidence. It was a divine synchronicity to get my attention, because I did ask for support in reducing my thoughts and concerns and being present so that I could see what God had for me during this trip. So in that early morning, this woman tells my story. I go look for her on YouTube. I said, who is this person? Regan Hillier. And then the first video that comes up is her inviting people to join her at a manifestation summit, which was going to be happening in Miami, right where I was. And it was going to be happening the weekend when I come back from the cruise. And it's going to be, it was hosted by MindValley, which is the #1 personal transformation platform, which I have been a member of for years. And I had canceled my membership, and I had been disciplined with the courses and stuff, you know. It was self-paced. But I watched the founder develop that over the many past years. I had never been to a summit or one of their big conferences, because I guess I never thought they had it in the U.S. I saw that, you know, it was headquartered in India. They have an annual A-Fest. Anyway, long and short, that stood out so much that literally resuscitated me. Like literally, you know, the way I was feeling was like being in an emergency room when it comes to my emotions and what I was feeling. It took a lot for me to go on the trip. I was trying to cancel, but you can't get no refunds. But fortunately, I was surrounded by some good sister friends, like, sister, look, put everything else down. We going on this trip. So long and short, I came back and attended that conference. And then I discovered that someone who attended virtually created a Facebook support group. And I've been participating in that group because it feels good to be amongst others who not just take in information and awareness about the laws of the universe, spirituality and science, our co-creative ability, and just be in awe of it, but actually move from being in awe of the information to actually applying it to their lives. And everybody has their ways of how they see their guidance and respond to it, and what you're supposed to do in your life observer mode and shifting belief and thought until the new belief and thought is ingrained within you, and you see the representation of it in your outer world. I'm a multi-creative. My mind is going all the time. I can get bored with things. I'm not one to sit and meditate for hours. That's not my flow. But what attracted me to MindValley is a lot of their teachings are catered to today's time and way, and they are master teachers that show you how to operate from where you are as it applies to how you're wired and your makeup. So it matches for me perfectly, right? So that young lady showing up on that video to me was acknowledgement from the divine. Here, we got your back. We know she loves this. Here, we're gonna show her something that she can't deny. And so I ended up at the virtual conference, and it was 9,000 people that attended the Zoom virtual conference and watching the summit, and there were 1,000 people in person. And when I went to her YouTube and saw the roster of teachers, they were teachers that I've been studying, half of them, for the last 20 years. So I'm familiar with the dynamic. So they did offer that you could, for 4 months, continue your study. Because let me just put this down. Just as when you're born into this dimension, you're always in study. As a human being, you're raised, when you're birthed into the planet, you're raised to be a human being. You're not raised to be a spiritual being having a human experience. Even if you were an awakened one at birth and you're raised by your parents, oftentimes your gifts as they are revealed to them are pushed down, or you're seen as something wrong with you. If you have gifts of spiritual sight and hearing, and your child is telling you, "Mommy, I see this," or they're telling you about prophesying things before it happens, the parents might get scared. And I don't mean to generalize. I'm just saying we're raised to learn how to use our physical vessel, and not understanding us as a spiritual essence with the skills of spiritual sight, spiritual hearing, spiritual sensing, spiritual knowing. They call it clairvoyance, claircognizant, clairaudient, clairsentient. You're not educated on your spiritual, your energetic body, your auric fields, or your chakras. You may be introduced to an awareness of a creative essence, depending on your culture. Even with that, as you awaken, you recognize that there is no in between you and Creator. So long and short, they did offer, to continue to mentor with these teachers that were at the summit for 4 months. They were only taking so many people, but then the rest, so only 800 people. So out of 10,000 people, only 800 people could sign up for that. But you still had the platform, the MindValley platform. And again, look, I make no money by mentioning MindValley. Let's take this at a higher perspective. You, as a spiritual being, you began to awaken, and they say when the student is ready, the teachers appear. Life is a teacher. There's certain paths that you may be drawn to and stick with for years, and then there's a shift that takes you even higher, and you recognize who you are. You make the decisions and choices on what you will bring into your life practice. the bench of just taking all this information and knowledge in, and they get off the bench and get on the field and actually work it. They dedicate the time to study. They dedicate the time to practice, and they may align with one or two others that are accountability partners for themselves. It's a wonderful thing when you're in life practice, life mastery. Life mastery does not mean you will not have situations. I've come through a situation, resuscitated, able to look back at it, not through it, not over it yet, but while in the midst of it, I'm reharnessing and getting back on that horse of awareness, grabbing the reins, and doing the work. So that leads up to what I was trying to get at. Look, 23 minutes before I got to it, but it's important for me to break it down. So this series, this playlist about my journey in life mastery. And so this series specific about what I am doing and how I am flowing with taking the classes. I went ahead and re-signed back up with MindValley. And again, I make no money for referring or mentioning it. But when I signed back up, it was half off. So it's like a monthly fee, and you have access to so many master teachers that have been around for years. Okay? And so I said, okay, I'm going to get in this thing. And then when I saw the Facebook support group, which is over 1,000 people as I looked at it last, I mean, it grew fast. And I'm sure it's going to be even more whenever, you know. Anyway, so MindValley. I went ahead and re-signed up my membership, and I downloaded into my library on the platform the classes that I want to take. And I started with the Art of Manifesting with Regan, R-E-G-A-N, Hillier, H-I-L-L-Y-E-R, I think. She's on YouTube. You can check her out. And so, and then I downloaded classes from some of the other speakers. There's one that was a master teacher on feng shui, and not only your energy, but the energy in your environments from the home and the office, and how to strategically align so that as you're going through, continuing to rise higher in your awareness of manifesting and reprogramming your thoughts and your beliefs, it's important that what's happening on the outside of you in your home and your office or your workplace, so the two go together. She has a free app. Her name is Marie Diamond. So I downloaded her course. They call them quests, because they see the courses that you go through are actually transformational journeys. You have homework and stuff like that. And then there's a couple of others that I download. So I came up with a schedule for myself, and I've never been so committed to before. I'm getting up at 6:30 in the morning and spending 2 hours. I heard in my spirit, I heard Spirit say, it's time for you to go into mastery, you know, in the road of mastery, in your studies and your practice and your commitment to yourself. So just like you're going to take PhD and college courses and all that, you know that you dedicate so much time to your study, your homework, your practice, and interacting with others that are also on the same topic, right? And so Tuesday, I committed minimum Tuesday through Friday at 6:30 in the morning till 8:30 that I'm up. I'm doing my meditation and prayer work. I'm using my sound healing to infuse. I'm going through the classes, doing the homework and embedding it within myself. I'm creating recordings from affirmations and declarations that I'm creating on my own from what I'm learning, and I'm putting it on my phone and I'm listening to it before I get out of the bed. So I'm beginning this vlog about that journey of my classes of life mastery. So this morning I spent time with Regan Healer's class, and the meditations that I went through and the teachings she talked about getting back to dreaming. She talked about each day doing a little more than you did before, the 2% compounding practice, setting an intention for which area of life that you're going to focus on this go round. And so I'm focusing on wealth. So I did my homework with that. I shared in the classroom online, you know, like you're typing a comment or saying what you're going to do. There's questions at the end of each of these modules, no more than 3, and then you can go into the group and say, what I'm committing to is this, and yeah. All right. So this series will be released when I'm given direction to release it. This is mostly accountability for myself, but also to give an example to somebody, you know, out there that will see this in the time that you'll see this. You've made a commitment to live an awakened life. Yeah. And so you've decided to live an awakened life. And you decided to dive deep into just going beyond reading about law of attraction and manifesting, reading beyond learning about yourself as a spiritual being. And you may not have people that you can talk to about this thing, you know. The fruit is in the evidence that you see, you know, when someone's doing their work. You know, we could talk about these things all you want, but if you're not doing your work. So peace and blessings for this part 1, or yeah, episode 1.